You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit, activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So
Holy Spirit, activate.
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You
activate.
better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Before I get them, Lord.
Activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit, activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So
Holy Spirit, activate.
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You
activate.
better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Before I get them, Lord.
Activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Activate. Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit, activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So
Holy Spirit,
you
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You
activate.
better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Before I get them, Lord.
Activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Activate. Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit, activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So
Holy Spirit,
you
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You
activate.
better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Before I get them, Lord.
Activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Activate. Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit, activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So
Holy Spirit,
you
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
I was coming. Okay. I was coming. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. How is my sound? How's my sound? My sound good? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? I love you all. I miss you guys. Did you guys miss me? Did you guys miss me? Did you guys miss me? Can you guys hear me? I just make sure you guys can hear me. Look at all of y'all running on up in here, and I'm a girl. Oh my goodness. Okay, Native American Beauty. She says great. Okay. Sound good. Look, okay. Turn it up a little. Turn your TV up a little bit. Oh my God. Girl, ain't no turn it up. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. So I love you all. Welcome back to my show. It feels like it's been forever. And it's only been like 2 days. And I'm like, girl, y'all been hitting me up in my DM like, please go live, please go live, please go live. I'm like, no. Like, I'm busy. I'm absolutely busy. And I'm like, girl. So I love you guys. So I was like, okay, I'll bite. We haven't talked about hot topics in a while. But I'm staying on Sean Love Combs because I have been like for years, like whatever. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. So we're gonna talk about a little piece of that. And I'm like, girl. So the title says Diddy outed in McMill by Benzino. Okay. Now that is Benzino in the middle of my thumbnail. That is Benzino. Okay. Dorian. So gays, rap battle of the women beaters. Absolutely. Chris Brown versus Quavo. And I'm a girl. So it says TakeOff. Now I was gonna say like in the title because I was gonna make it clever because I'm clever, girl. I was gonna say Chris Brown versus Quavo takes off, and then I was gonna like use TakeOff as like a little innuendo, and I'm like, oh, but I was like, I probably shouldn't do that because Chris Brown is already out here, wilding. And so is Quavo. Because I mean, Chris Brown out here talking about the deceased, Quavo bringing the deceased into the battle, and I'm a girl. I'm like, can he rest? But that was clever. Okay. Um, that was different. Kind of liked it. Just to feel a piece. Okay. But at the same time, Takeoff ain't got nothing to do with this. But Chris Brown did bring up Takeoff first. Okay. So all is fair. And I'm going to destroy you. Okay. All is fair. And I'm my girl. So gays. So we're gonna get into a little piece of that and I'm a girl. But like I said, we're gonna get into hot topics. So we have not many. I know y'all want to go right into the Quavo, Takeoff, like so we're definitely gonna get into that. What we do. Let's get into this. Don't be quiet. Hold on, let me pull them up on the screen, y'all. Let me pull them up on the screen. Hello, everyone. I love you all. Shout out to the person that sent the super sticker. I'm gonna put it on the screen in just a second, my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Chingy, right there. So Chingy says he lost everything after trans woman Sydney Starr, okay, lied about them being intimate. Says Sydney gained everything, okay, and I'm a girl. And I'm a girl. Ooh, shout out to my baby Jasmine. Hey girl. She says, hey Sean, hi Jasmine, girl. Showing some love. Yes. Y'all get ready for a great show. Girl, it's about to go down. Thank you always for the great journalism and talent. Oh, thank you. Girl, you are so welcome. Girl. Jasmine, girl, I do what I can do when I can do it, girl. That's what I can do. I can do it. But thank you so much for the super sticker. You're so sweet. Thank you, Jasmine. I love you, girl. And shout out to Shanice for the super sticker. So she said she looks scrumptious. So, you know what, little piece? I got a little piece of sleep, girl. Yes. But thank you so much, Shanice, sweetheart, for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I love y'all. I love y'all. So Chingy said, and I'm a girl. He lost everything after this line of bitch Sydney came forward and lied on him back in the day. And I'm a girl. Let's get into this.
And it so-called went away, which it took years to blow away. Nah, man, ain't nothing good happened from that for me. I'm gonna tell you that. When an artist such as my caliber, who sold millions of records, who was once one of the biggest artists in the world, they look at that different. If they not seeing you at these award shows all the time, on the radio all the time, they like, well, where's he at? What's wrong? But What was wrong was a lot of sabotaging and bull crap in this industry.
You guys never really made up, did you? Like you accepted her apology, but you kind of kept it moving.
Yeah. There's no, I mean, to be honest with you, man, like it was spilt milk, and I lost a lot from it. That person gained. I'm not gonna hold on to something. It is what it is. Apologize, cool. I'm going this way. Let that emphasize, and it so-called went away, which it took years to blow away. Nah, man, ain't nothing, ain't nothing good happened from that for me. I'm gonna tell you that. When an artist such as my caliber, who sold millions of records, who was once one of the biggest artists in the world, they
You
look at that different.
Shut up.
If they not seeing you at the
Shut up. Did y'all hear the whole thing? Did the whole thing play? I'm sorry, I was checking the sound, so I couldn't hear. Because I was checking the sound. You guys were saying that it's low. So I was trying to fix it. But Gabe, did you guys hear what Chingy said? Did you guys hear that? And I'm a girl. Yeah, because Chingy, look at here. People stopped listening to you because of the chicken head. We stopped doing the chicken head. When we stopped doing the chicken head, Chingy, we stopped listening to you. Give me what you got for a pork chop. So and I'm a girl. Chingy. Chilling at the Holiday Inn. Me and my people shooting forward your friend. And I'm a girl. That's over. Yes. Absolutely. We heard you say there. Okay. Instead of there, it was kind of it for a lot of people. And I'm a girl. You being a little piece of a fraud was the reason that we stopped listening to you. We really don't give a about, dude looks like a lady. We really don't care about Sydney Starr and I'm a girl. Okay. We don't care, giving Susie to the pelvis and then, pelvis down, giving Jim Bob. Yeah, we really don't care about that girl. It has nothing to do with Sydney's. Like, stop blaming it on Sydney, okay? Nobody likes Sydney. Okay, you don't have to rub it in. Please stop acting like Sydney got she's not famous. Like, you're making it famous, like literally. And I'm a girl. Because every time you open your mouth, let me find out that she the one that got away. Okay, we understand. Okay, that Sydney lied on you, and I'm a girl. Now the reason Sydney lied is because allegedly. Because here's my thing with you, Chingy, because you're getting on my nerves. You getting on my nerves, Chingy. Now, Sydney felt that she could come and lie on you when I'm a girl because she felt like, hey, that the other trans girl, because there was another trans girl before Sydney that said she hooked up with you. And I'm a girl, yes, before Sydney Starr. So Sydney Starr came forward and lied. This slow hoe, she came forward and lied and I'm a girl because she felt like it's safe. And I'm a girl, well, it's safe to lie on him because, he does sleep with trans girls. So I'm just gonna add myself to the roster because he totally likes trans girls because it's like something quite in girl. So that's why she lied in the first place. Why you always leave that out? Okay, we know that Cindy is slow. We get it, and I'm a girl, a dropout. Okay, a prostitute and dropout. So we get that. Okay, no one cares about Sydney. Okay, you make people care literally. Like, if she got a name off you, you've helped because you keep bringing her name up. Like, we don't care. One, that happened a really long time ago. So if your music isn't popping right now, Chingy, as cute as you is, do you really think, and I'm a girl, that I'm not downloading this or streaming this Chingy song because he slept with Sydney? Do you think there's anybody but if LGBTQI barbecue friendly as most people are nowadays in 2024? And oh my God, do you really think that there's someone, a tour company that is just like, yeah, we don't want Chingy because he's up with Sydney? Do you think it's a record label out there? Like, no, we're not going to sign him because he was with Sydney Starr allegedly. Yeah, no. Yeah, because some people can't accept failure. Okay, Chingy is one of those people. Okay, there's been plenty of people that have had, came out and then it kind of just fizzled up, like over time. Everybody has their time. Some people are here forever. Some people are legendary. And then some people are Chingy, seasonal. A little piece seasonal. A little piece. So yeah, he was never meant to be around for the long haul, just like High End. So High and her. High End. Oh, temporary. That was never supposed to be permanent. Just like 50. You say you were gangster, but you never pump nothing. You said you were waster, and you need to separate. You go little leadership, and you never come nothing. He made a whole album with his mouth wired shut. And I'm a girl. That's temporary. And I'm a girl. Temporary. Okay? Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. I like that song too with him and Clarice. That seasonal song. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, Girl, that used to be my yeah. Yeah. That was my song, girl. It was that year. That year, that song was Poppington. Them 362 to 3 days, and I'm a girl. They didn't give a whole year. Yeah. So yes, that song was good. Like it very so much was. So was Right There and the remix. I mean, he was, Dim Jeans, him and Jermaine Dupri. Chingy has a lot of hits. Over Yonder. It's a lot of before 2010. It was a lot of, I'm saying, 2005 was his year. Like, girl. And he just keep going around whining and whining and whining. I know, and I couldn't stand that damn ringtone. When that song came out, and that one song by Bow Wow, and was T-Pain, Out of My System. You know what you do to me. Ooh, that song used to get on my nerves. Ooh, that song used to irk the out of me because of the ringtone. I was just like, it was a cute song, but it was just like, because so Chingy, please stop blaming other people and I'm a girl. Okay. Everybody has their time. Yep. Some people get 5 years, some people get 10 years, some people get 20, and some people are just like, legendary, like the Michael Jacksons and Tina Turners and Madonnas. People like that, they're forever. But with rap, there's only been 2 foreverers, right? Kanye is a strong third, but the 2 foreverers was Pac and Biggie. Okay, they're gone. Those are the only 2 hip hop artists that I could see that are like legendary artists that could have kept going and 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 going. If Pac was alive and he dropped an album today, it would be everywhere. And I'm a girl. I mean, Lil Wayne to a certain extent. Lil Wayne to a certain extent. Lil Wayne has great artists, great music that he has dropped, but Tupac was monumental. There's like literally no comparison. Tupac is, even in his passing, is still a legend to this day, legendary. Wayne on the verge, but he's no Tupac. Like he's no Tupac. He's no Biggie. Like those they truly created sounds. They transferred. They literally took an idea that was already out there. They didn't create rap, but they turned it into created a new chapter, like flipped though, what was already happening and blank slate, and they start writing, type of situation. It's not too many rap artists that have been able to do that. Like NWA and people like them, they are legendary because they changed the sound of rap. People weren't really rapping like NWA and how they were coming and whatnot beforehand. It was people that were close, like Public Enemy, and stuff like that. They were close. I think that they would be like an inspiration, but they didn't do what NWA did. They didn't. Public Enemy was a great, you know, they were great, but they're no NWA. No, absolutely not. Like, it changed a sound. Even Drake, as hard as it, Drake did change the sound of hip hop. Like, he changed it. He did, like, single handedly came in and not, you know, because he wasn't doing nothing other people haven't done before, but how he did it. So, and it kept going to where a bunch of new artists that came out were inspired by him and followed his lead. So yeah, he created a genre. Nicki Minaj, Lil Kim, people like they created genres. They did. They took a chapter and like next, this what we about to do now. We was doing this, but now we about to do this, and everybody coming up going, you know. So Foxy Brown, you know, people like that. They like changed the music. It's not, you know, Lil Wayne. I don't feel like he really like changed the music. He was in a lane. He was in a lane of other people, and I think that he dominated in that lane. But I don't really feel like he like changed music. I don't really feel that way. You had a lot of niggas right there, never really had low. The only person, I mean, it was so many people just like, oh my god, I'm gonna make a song like that now. Like, step Young Thug. Moving right along. So, Chingy, please let it go. Okay, right there. Okay, let it go. Give me what you got for a pork chop. Okay, she threw it at me like I was a show. Okay, that happened. Okay, I was out there chicken head with the best of them. Girl, I was out there, girl, I was out there. Chingy, I was the best. We used to have competitions and I always won. Well, like, because the I was a beast. Okay? But that time has gone. All right? I haven't chicken headed in years. But I'm still a beast. I'm still gonna eat you up. And I'm a girl. Okay? Because I can do it all and I'm a girl. Okay? I used to kill it. Okay? So Chingy, you were amazing. You know, like in your time, but that it's just it's over. And it's kind of like the NBA. It's how I look at it. You get a season, right? You're not gonna. Some players come and they dominate and they play for years, like into their 30s, and stuff like that. And some people come in their 20s and leave in their 20s. It's the same thing, and I'm my girl, but it's still hard for those players to let go because that was their dream. A lot of them get into the NBA, playing for a team, you know, it's their dream. So to hear you're not doing this anymore, everyone has to question what's next. And if you don't have a plan B, then you get like this. Music didn't work out for him. So since music, I mean, it did, but it's not working out now. So that means that you have to do something different because what you're doing no longer works, right? I think Chingy missed his calling with a lot of things. I think Chingy could have been a great actor. He's done a little work, but I think he was missing his calling. I think being so focused on music to where now he's aged like kind of out to sit with the young kids. So now he's at a standstill. And he feels like one of the real rifts in his career to where it started to go was this whole Sydney Starr thing. No, that was just I wouldn't even say that it was a part of it. Yeah, people did hear it. It was big and whatnot. But you going around doing damage control, her going around stating that it wasn't true, you should have been able to move on. What's the, like, why keep bringing her up? Like, I feel like just let it go. We all know Sydney is a liar. Her claim to fame is being a liar and lying on you and others. Why did he give Tiffany Haddish the same energy? Tiffany Haddish lied and said she slept with him too. I mean, I get it, he is attractive. But y'all need to stop lying on y'all hoo-has and y'all penises. Y'all need to stop lying on them. Okay. Why didn't Tiffany steal your churn, Haddish? Tiffany had your kids, Haddish. Why didn't she get the same energy? I'm not defending Sydney Slow Star at all. Okay. I'm just simply stating Tiffany Haddish lied and said she slept with Chingy. Chingy came forward and said, no, I didn't. I did not sleep with her. It's like, no, I did not. Yes. They didn't get this in. And she's famous. But you want to keep coming for, like, stop giving her a name. Like, let her wither away. Let Sydney wither away. Let it go away. It's a liar. No one cares to hear anything it has to say. But you clearly do, because you keep bringing her. Stop it. Bring up Tiffany. Talk about that. Like, ugh. Like, it's annoying. It really is. Because we don't care about her. We don't want to think about Sydney. We don't want to talk about, we don't. See, I didn't even put her in the nothing. All because she is, like, yeah, no. You're giving her way too much limelight for somebody that wants her to go away. Sydney gained everything off of, well, she didn't have nothing. So she went from the corner to an apartment? She went from the stroll to an efficiency? Like, what do you mean gained everything? What are you talking about, Chingy? What are you talking about? Yeah. Before she lied on you, she was in a parking lot. Gained? What? She went from the homeless shelter. She went from sleeping in her car to, like, what, being on baddies, getting beat up by cis women, natural women, like, on baddies getting a full fob put on. What are you talking about? Dang. What? We still have the same baritone. Then it sounds just like me. And I'm a girl. So, gays. I'm like, what? Gained from prostitute to escort? From, like, what? Bellhop to front desk? Okay, girl. Chingy, please be quiet with your fine ass. Please, look at here. Please find you something. Keep cheating on that woman. When you just on that show on VH1 for cheating on your woman, your wife, your fiance, whoever she is, and I'm like, Chingy, keep it in your pants. Worry about that. Worry about that. Maybe because you keep messing over that woman, the reason you can't succeed. How about you? Want to talk about that though? Now, Dorian, from the Mask, Benzino, Koe, Daddy, and I'm a girl. Yeah, so Benzino was over here on that Miami podcast show, and I'm a girl. And they had some questions for him, and I'm a girl. Yes, one last kiss. Yeah, so Benzino was over there talking about Diddy. And they brought up Diddy, and I'm like, oh. And they also brought up Meek Mill. And he sat over there and said this. Listen to Dorian.
Earl on social media saying that Diddy was smashing Meek Mill.
It's none of our business if him and Meek are or not. The internet makes all our business everybody's business. At least the privacy of what we're doing in our bedroom should be private.
Right.
But what a man does in a man's bedroom, unless you was
Meek
there,
Mill is a real street. I don't know him, but I know from what I've seen.
Now, see, that's a different narrative because real street can be gay. Like we gotta we gotta be adults and we gotta look at this for what it is. You can't have a personal opinion on who unless you are in the room with him.
Right.
At least if you're standing outside the room, and you're walking in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You know what I mean? You could put two and two together with the in the hotel room. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What do you think about, all the rumors that's been going all viral on social media saying that Diddy was smashing Meek Mill?
It's none of our business if him and Meek are or not. The internet makes all our business everybody's business. At least the privacy of what we're doing in our bedroom should be private.
Right.
But with a man,
Y'all hear Dorian? Y'all hear Dorian? Yes. So Dorian said that, look at here. Okay, well, whatever happens in the privacy of bedrooms, because he done been caught with a sickness, slow star too. Himself and my girl. Yes, one just came forward and exposed the out of him and said, yes, I was over there with Benzino and I'm a girl, and Benzino was over there busting it down, busting it open. I dropped down low. I got my ear on, girl, with Benzino and I'm a girl. So him talking about some, what people do in the privacy of their bedroom is supposed to be private. No, it's not. Okay. The only time it's supposed to be private is if y'all not lying to us. If y'all no, as against celebrities, we are now entitled to you just business. It's called social media. Okay, it's called social media. So yes, it do matter what going on in the privacy of y'all fucking bedrooms if y'all not telling us the truth. If you're on a red carpet with Aubrey Fletcher, you shouldn't be in a hotel with Jovante, with Jerome, with Marcus. So yes, it is our damn business. I'm so tired of y'all saying that. Yes, it is. Oh my God. Like, stop saying it's not our business, that it's private and all that stuff. No, it's not. Like, ugh. Y'all are really irking me. But like, especially you, Benzino, because no one cares who is in your bed, troll, bridge, troll. You're Uggs. Now we don't care who in the privacy of your. Now that could be a secret. We don't care. Like but I care about who in Will Smith's bedroom, and I'm agree. A little piece. I care, I'm a girl, about who is in Diddy bedroom. A little piece. And I'm a girl talk to do content. Absolutely. So yeah, I care. Yeah, see, aren't these other fake creators that'd be like, oh yeah, they are technically entitled to. No, they not, because why y'all live talking about it? Shut up. So I'm gay, and I'm a girl. So Dorian sitting over there, and I'm a girl. I'm like, ew. No one cares like who's you're sleeping with. Absolutely not. You're like Chloe's dad. It's like you're giving, like you're all of our dads. Like, ew. Just like Chloe don't want to hear or see us either. Okay, we basically like your churn. Okay, your surrogate. It's just like her, because she you are a donor. Is what it's giving in my girl. So guys, Benzino, until you have a neck, and my girl, please stop it. We don't care about who you eat. You don't have a neck. That's why Athea left. And I'm a girl. She got tired of you just plopping your head in between her legs. And I'm like, she got tired of that. Big head hoe. Big head hoe. A big head hoe. She got tired of that. She got tired of you just laying that potato head in between her legs. And I'm a girl. Like, yeah, head's supposed to feel good. Okay. It's supposed to feel good. It ain't supposed to be like lifting weights. So yeah. So she got tired of you just plopping your head in between her legs, going like that. She got tired of that. And I'm a girl, because you can't really like lick because you gotta be able to, you can't do that. So and I'm a girl, you can't do that, I'm a girl. You can't let me lick you up and down. You can't do because you ain't got no need. You can't even do this. You can't even do that. You can like the because you're gonna neck. So it's like this. It's like this. You're welcome. So yes, you can't even do it right. You can't even do it right. Like, what if she start moving because they start moving and shaking and all of that stuff? Like, what are you gonna do? When she tries to move and be like, when it's too much. No, that's when you keep going. And I'm a girl. Yeah, that's the time where they would say no and they really don't mean no. They really don't mean it. They just don't want you to know that you're doing a really good job. Okay. Because they can go over and over and over and over again. So it's like no big deal, right? So as much as they really, because that's also a part of it that feels good to them too, is them telling you that, look at here, I can't take it no more. Just it's fire. Like, oh my goodness. Like it's just too much. So and I'm a girl, so it's like I know. I've been there. 4 kids and counting, right? So gays, don't get it confused. I've never been that gay. I've never been as gay as you, Benzino. So and I'm a girl. So like when she like runs, and all of this stuff, like how are you gonna get her? What are you gonna say? Like, come back down here. Come back, come here. Come back down here. No, come back. And I'm a girl. So gays, I'm like, you don't even have a neck. If you have a neck, then if she run, you can meet her. You can meet her. Okay, and do it till your legs shaking. I'm gonna make you shake. You can't do that. So that's why I feel got on up out of there. So yeah, we don't care what's going on in your bedroom. Okay, you and Thea doing anything together sounds like birth control. It sounds like a reason to not. When Benzino, you're doing anything is birth control. So like you having OnlyFans, birth control. You and I'm a girl walking past naked, birth control. All of that is just I'm not gonna do anything like ever. It has to be like around you, near you, by you. You're giving how did you get out, right? So like nobody wants to picture. I've never thought about Dorian in a bedroom with nobody. I've never pictured him on top of anyone. Okay, I don't care what is happening in Dorian's bedroom if Diddy is not in there. Okay, so yeah, we don't care. So you don't have to worry about that. So please stop saying that because it's annoying, right? But move right along. I do believe him when he said that the most street ninjas it could can be gay and I'm a girl, right? Because that's true. A persona, perception, acting has nothing to do with your actual sexuality. So just because you have a rough exterior, and all of that, and I'm a girl because you like what I don't for, what I'm saying? Just because you like that, Ma came over here, Charlotte, and I had to take care of Charlotte. Be clear, Charlotte. When it came over here, I had to share with a murder, Charlotte. Just because they like that, and I'm a girl doesn't mean that they're not put it right there, put it right there, put it right there, doesn't mean that they're not like that. It does not mean that they're not going upstairs and legs to the moon, legs to the moon. Does not mean that, girl. So yeah, totally. I completely agree. Just because they outside with burners and all them things, I'm saying? I do what I gotta do, homie. You mean shorty always keep a to the left of me? You know what I'm saying? Just because they like that and I'm a girl, it does not mean that they do not go upstairs after me. Does not mean that. Okay. Does not mean that he would then leave the booth, with Nicki Minaj. Not it's all eyes on me. You know what I'm saying? Meek and I'm a girl. And then go get some head. Like, what? So I mean, it's totally possible. Oh my god. So we get that, Dorian. We absolutely do, and I'm a girl. So yeah, there are plenty of homo thugs out here in the world, Craig. It's plenty of homo thugs, right? A lot of them, y'all be thinking that it'd be jail. They'd be like, no, they had a bussy before they went to jail, girl. Like, please stop acting like I was half a fucking virgin when I met you. Please stop acting like they're going to jail a half a virgin. They absolutely is not. They're going to jail experienced. And I'm a girl, y'all be acting like they learn it in their no. Like, why y'all think that? Girl, he didn't go to jail and start sucking. He was doing it while he was at work. Oh, girl, you get on my nerves. Girl, I'm like, please stop acting like prison turn people out. No, it does not. Okay, the majority of the relationships in prison is consensual. The majority, yes. The majority of them is consensual as so like 85% of them, I would say. It's a good 15 of them that's just in there because ain't nobody out here, y'all don't love them while they in jail. When they in jail, y'all don't love them, and I'm a girl. So then they let some other people, the ones that get, like commissary, all of that stuff, they give them a little piece of put it right there. Yeah. A little piece, Are you gonna get me ramen? Are you gonna give me ramen? Okay, because you can put it away. No, because last time you said you're gonna give me ramen and some Swiss rolls, and you only brought me some Swiss rolls. So am I gonna get some ramen this time? And I'm like, girl. So it's a little piece of minute that's doing it for that. You know what I'm saying? That's Sydney Starr in the situation. That's failed background singering the situation. And I'm a girl using their body to get what they want. My girl. They ain't trying to be in a Honda Accord. So yes. So that's what that word. That's what that word. And I'm a girl. So yeah, we get that. We get that, but Benzino, we don't care. See, that's what you forgot. Benzino, we don't care nothing about that. Look, tell us these motherfuckers gay or leave us alone. Shout out to Natasha for gifting 5 memberships. And I'm out. Shout out to the membership program too. We will be premiering all survivings on members only first. So members only will get all survivings before anybody in Girl. Okay, that's just one of the new perks that we have in Girl, and we're also still going to do a book club. So yes, I'm excited about that. Now that I have more time, we're going to be doing those things in Girl. Shout out to Natasha for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Natasha and Girl. Shout out to Gemini Twin as well for gifting 5 memberships. Look at. Oh my God, I love you guys. You guys are so sweet. Shout out to Gemini Twin and Natasha. Please say thank you to them or drop some hearts or flames in the chat. For them for gifting memberships, especially if you got one. Shout out to Tamara. She says, hey, Sean, hi, girl. This is my first super chat. Is it? I'm normally in the bushes. I just love you. I love you too. Coffee gang is there. Period. Hashtag uncheckables plastics stay sweet. Gone, girl. I'm so glad, girl. Girl, you lost your virginity to me. Your super chat virginity to me. Oh, girl, was it as good for you as it was for me? You were wonderful. You were amazing. Okay, you were incredible, Tamara. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for the super sticker. Oh my God, all the guys. So y'all are here. Look at Shami's talking about something. I would like a membership, please. Shami's like, look at here. So y'all just give a membership. Y'all just don't see me or what? Hello, I want one of those. Like it's good. The next person that's gonna do that. Hello. Shami's like, hello. Shami's like, who do I gotta to get a membership around here? And I'm like, oh my God. Go, Shami's girl. Shami's said, look at here. Little piece. Ooh. Ooh, girl, I could not. Pink Dot said, I need a membership. Y'all tried it. And I'm a girl. Pink Dot said, look here. That's all of the guys. So moving right along from Dorian. Yes, moving right along from Dorian. Let's get into what I wanted to talk about. Okay. But the whole reason that we are in here, yo. Which one should we do first? Okay, well, let's do Chris first. Because I believe Chris, started this shit. And I'm a girl. I believe it was Chris Brown. Chris Brown. So Chris Brown, yeah. So Chris Brown came out with a diss track against Quavo, and I'm a girl. And I'm a girl, absolutely. And I'm a girl. Shout out to Janae for gifting a membership. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And shout out to Gemini Twin. She gifted 5 more. Gemini said, look at here. I'm gonna try to get you this time around. If you ain't got, oh well. Now looky here. Y'all better tap on the damn screen. Shout out to Gemini Twin. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much, Janae, for the gifted memberships. Y'all got a membership for those ladies. Please say thank you. Drop some hearts. Shout out to Jasmine for gifting 5 memberships as well. Now, Jasmine said, look at him. Now I'm going to throw some of these in the chat. Y'all figure out what y'all going to do with them, okay? But don't be saying y'all want some that we throwing out here. Y'all just ain't tapping the screen. Tap on the screen and something. And my girl, show us that you want it. My girl. Shout out to Jasmine as well. Look at AMS. I got my membership. Yes. Yes. Y'all put some hearts in the chat or some flames in the chat for the women that gifted memberships. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So Chris Breezy and I'm a girl came out with this diss track against Quavo. Now, the reason I'm laughing because they have a long-standing history of not liking each other. Okay, Chris Brown didn't get along with the Migos. He only got along with TakeOff. Okay, so to some people, this is new. You know, they're hearing like, oh, they're beefing. Shout out to Tasha J. Thank you so much, Tasha, for gifting 5 memberships. If you get a membership from Tasha, please say thank you or put some hearts or flames in the chat thanking her. We really appreciate it. Thank you, sweetheart. Y'all make sure y'all say thank you to my girl Tasha. And so y'all look at Denise talking about, can I get one, please? You guys are funny. So the beef goes way back. If you don't remember, let me cue you in. Chris Brown tried to sleep with Cardi B. Y'all remember that? Please hit the like. 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 So y'all know Cardi B was basically part of the Migos back in the day. She was the 4th member, pretty much. And then she married one of them, and I'm a girl, and then she ruined everything. And then she ruined everybody's life. Allegedly, it's how the story goes. They were all fine. Until Cardi B came along. Allegedly. I'm not saying that. That's what the streets saying, oh my God. But the streets be saying that the Migos were thriving before Cardi B. Okay, Cardi B came in and just took one of the members from the group, got pregnant by him, married him, all of that stuff, and I'm a girl, allegedly. Now, I don't know that, but that's where allegedly the rift, the brokenness in the group started when Cardi B truly came along. And I would have to disagree because I feel like Cardi B made the Migos bigger. If you ask me, I feel like she made them bigger because Motorsport would not have been as big without Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. They were definitely needed on that track. But I will say this, even if Nicki wasn't on the track, it still would have been a big song. And if it was like vice versa, to where it was just Nicki was on the track, I feel like that song would have been just as big. And if it was just Cardi on the track, I feel like that track would have been just as big because it was a big song. It was a great song. So having both of them on the track made it monumental because it was the one time the two women worked together. So yeah, it was pretty big. And that was big song. And if you don't remember also then, Nicki Minaj was allegedly dating Quavo. Great. So allegedly, back in the day, because I remember when Nicki made Barbie Dreams on the Queen album, Quavo made Huncho Dreams. Okay. So, and he was saying how he bought Nicki certain things and whatnot, and blah, blah, blah. So they were allegedly messing around at the time. Nicki was single. She wasn't, because at that time they were saying that Nicki was dating that race car driver, or something like that went super famous, driver or whatever. But she wasn't. I guess they were just hanging out. And at that time, she was dating, allegedly behind the scenes, Quavo. Okay. And he came out with the song Huncho Dreams after Barbie Dreams, where Nicki was, was kind of like a pun. It kind of like Biggie's Dreams of R&B. And I'm a girl, every time somebody make a song like that, somebody get pissed off. Let me hold on. I think I still have that. Let me pull that up. Let me see. Yes. Yes. Right here. Mariah Carey almost had a song with the Notorious B.I.G. and McGraw. So Mariah Carey has collaborated with some of the biggest names in the music industry over the past 3 decades. Okay, teamed up around blah, blah, blah. Okay. No, we don't want this. Is this one? Okay, well, anyways. Mariah Carey felt some type of way when Biggie had said Mariah Carey's scary in the Dreams of an R&B song back in the day. Okay. Mariah Carey was pissed that Biggie had said that because she didn't want people to think that she was like a scary person or that they had a bad interaction, because at that point in time, Mariah had never met Biggie. She had never met him. So Biggie had got put on the phone, because I have the article I'm just not about to look for because we're talking about this and I'm going to stay on topic. Biggie, okay, sorry, back to Chris Brown. Biggie had got a phone call from Diddy, and because they were making the song Honey at the time. I remember the song back in the day, Honey by Mariah Carey. He was in the process of making that song, and Biggie was supposed to be on that track. The Honey song, okay, the remix. He was supposed to be on it, but before they had made that song, that song was out, and Mariah didn't like that he had said that. So Diddy called Biggie and got both of them on the phone, Mariah and Biggie Smalls, and they squashed it real quick. Biggie was just like, "No, I didn't mean any harm," basically like rhymed, But he's like, he told her like, no, he adored her, thought she was extremely talented. And all of that, and she felt the same way about him. She was just confused and why he would have said that, so she didn't get it. So yeah, so shout out to Mariah Carey. So when Biggie Nicki made Barbie Dreams, Honcho Quavo got upset. So somebody always get mad when these songs get made. So he made Honcho Dreams. So when he made Honcho Dreams, it was people the Barbs, of course, were pissed about him making Honcho Dreams, because he was basically like taking shots at Nicki, and they did not appreciate that. So the Barbs was like his throat, honey. The Barbs was not playing around. Shout out to Black Amazon for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Black Amazon. You're so sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please say thank you to Black Amazon if you got a membership. Also, thank you to Lovejoy for gifting 10 memberships. Shout out to Lovejoy. Yeah. And then my girl, if y'all got memberships from Lovejoy or Black Amazon, please thank them in the chat by dropping some hearts or flames. Thank you so much to the membership gifters. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. So that's what was going on. And I'm a girl, yes. So with him coming forward now, and him and Chris Brown sitting at the let me put that up real quick. The fashion show together just a few months ago kind of blows your mind. So this was just a few months back of Chris Brown and Quavo sitting next to each other at the fashion show. Now, both men were paid to be there, Chris Brown and Quavo. So with them having this beef with each other, this is supposed to be them being professional. We have a job to do. We're paid to do it. So regardless of us not liking each other, we're getting paid to do this. Now, if I was Quavo, I wouldn't have even responded to Chris Brown. And the reason why, I'm going to keep it real. I'm cool with him responding. I'm all for rap beef. I'm all for it. But because it makes music exciting. As long as they keep it in the studio. You know, that'd be my thing, because these two men. So I would have even responded just based off of the fact that we just saw each other. So if you truly had smoke for me, it wouldn't have mattered that while we were sitting next to each other, we were being professional. When we left, we didn't have to be. Chris Brown, we didn't have to be professional in the parking lot. Mm-mm. And we didn't have to be professional at the Quick Trip down the street. We don't have to be professional in this good McDonald's parking lot over here, my girl. Yes. Yeah, we don't have to be professional. We absolutely do not. Y'all didn't have to do it here. I mean, you could have, you know, because I'm the type of person, I'll follow my enemy right out the place. Where we on our way to? Where we fighting at? As soon as Quavo would have stood up, if I was Chris Brown, he would have walked that way. I would have walked that way too. Sean, where you going to fight? To beat ass? You coming? To show people why not to play on my top? Absolutely. Where you going? Behind Aldi's? Behind this Walmart over here? So I mean that this is the definition of being way too close to be talking shit. No, because I know my personality. He would have to take them glasses off and all of that stuff if I was Chris Brown. Now take off your glasses, because because you roll your eyes one time, I'm gonna knock them back the other way. You're not sitting me next to my enemy. It's going to be a problem. Even if you have to keep, even me keeping it, I can keep it professional until I can't. So I mean, it's just I don't have that much control over me. Absolutely. That whoop your ass. That's in my spirit. And I'm a girl. That whoop your ass. That windmill that's in me. That yes. Absolutely not. So it wouldn't have allowed me to call. I would have tried, but I mean it is what it is. You stand up, I stand up. You're not getting one up on me. You're not sneaking me. You're not doing none of that. You stand up, I stand up. You cough, I cough. You get on your phone, I'm getting on my phone. What? So I mean, it just is what it is. So yeah, I'm just good luck. I mean, sitting there, I would have told the person that too. Is there like an extra like 20,000 in this for me or something like that? Because you're sitting me next to a charge. Did you know that? Did you know that? You're risking my freedom with this seating chart. Absolutely. Does this come with bail? Yeah, does this come with an attorney? A criminal one? Because I'm breaking the law, because that's what you're doing right here. See, I'm not breaking the law, you are. Okay? Because out of all the seats and stuff, are we like the only celebrities here? Or what? Because why do we have to sit right next to each other? Yeah, I don't get that. It feel like somebody wanted some smoke in the city. So drifting back to the past beef that these men have had, Cardi B, when Offset and Quavo and Chris Brown had got into it, not TakeOff, and this is when TakeOff was alive, God rest his soul. Chris Brown went into Cardi's DM and was hollering at her and was also commenting underneath her photos, and I'm a girl, telling her that she was a baddie and, that she needed to, switch sides and, come on over to him. And, he was literally hollering at Cardi B, a married woman. He knew she was married. He literally hollering at her. Him and Offset, it was to the point where they were allegedly about to meet up. Like, it was that bad. I know, my girl. They were about to meet up. So the beef goes back a long time. It definitely does. I feel like it was a stupid reason that they all kind of like fell out in the first place. But my Chris was hot. I cannot. I feel like a stupid reason they fell out in the first place, but they did. They are not cool with one another, and it's the tensions have been boiling over for years with them. But again, I just don't understand this, because if I was Quavo, I just wouldn't have felt the need to respond to somebody that I was just literally sitting next to. Like, I just saw you. You want smoke? Chris, this picture don't give smoke, Chris. Chris, it's given, did they make up? It's given, are they cool now? Absolutely. Absolutely. I wish a motherfucker would invite me and Stormisha, Alizé, Mocha, Shay Monroe to the same event instead of like this. I wish you would sit me next to it, this beige. Good luck with that. Out of all the places you can sit me, you sit me next to him? Okay. That means you want fireworks. Say less. That means you want your event ruined. That's all. You want drama. You want commotion. You want people to stampede out of here. Not a problem. You need somebody to help you start the stampede. And I'm a girl, like how the hyenas did on the Lion King, and I'm a girl. You want me to be the hyenas biting that thing? Not a problem. I say less. Say less. You want your event over early. Okay. You really not prepared for this fashion show. You must not be sitting us next to each other. And I'm a girl. As soon as that host that out, I'm fine on them. I'm not waiting for anything. Like, I don't care. He didn't even do anything, so I don't like her. He didn't even say anything, so I don't like her. Oh well. We could rearrange chairs, furniture. We could do all that, girl. But you're not sitting me next to my enemy. Like, that doesn't matter. And Chris Brown, aren't you in like a coke gang? Aren't you in like a gang full of like Schnang users? And I'm a girl. So I'm just like, was they okay with this? Aren't you like a vice Crip Lord or something like that? And I'm a girl. A vice Blood Lord or something like that. Was this okay with the gang? How did they feel about this? Isn't he on like the hit list? Or was you getting intel? Hello, Chris. You're in the gang. Because Pac would have sent it up. After Pac got pop out, you wouldn't sit him and Diddy next to each other. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Illuminati. Ooh, girl, with me. And I'm like, you was sitting next to you. That wasn't happening. He wasn't. And if so, you see, Pac kicked it off in the middle of the lobby in Vegas, and I'm my girl. Yay. What is the beef about? So are you talking about the beef between these two? Now, from what I hear, it stemmed back to when, because Chris Brown need help. Chris Brown need help. A wonderful artist, amazing music, great dancer, good actor. Chris Brown is talented. He absolutely is. Shout out to Luna for becoming a member, and shout out to there was another one. I'll show you all this one because I love you. And shout out to Just Anticipate. Chris Brown needs help, so we're gonna get into that. Allegedly, Karrueche, his ex-girlfriend, Karrueche and I'm a girl, gays. Allegedly, but we won't get into that. Shout out to Shamiz. She says, "Do you think that voicemail was real?" What voicemail? I'm drawing a blank spot. What what voicemail, sweetheart? I'll look for your answer in the chat. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Shout out to Maine for the super sticker. Says, so y'all just gonna keep ignoring Cassie lyrics in the song For Life PD blocked. You know I. So don't say I won't. And now my girl, who's she talking? Hopefully you're gonna tell us because. Yeah. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Gays. So okay, the voicemail. Let me go down here. The chat move a little different for me. Okay, Sean, the voicemail of yeah. To a certain extent. Yeah, I did. I can. Well, all the AI going on in the world, though, Craig, is the only thing that will give me a suspicion. But and then you got to look at this too. Hold on. And then you got to look at this too. How they just let me pull this up. Let's pull this up. So you see, like, how they just redoing things and recreating things and whatnot. So it's just like you never know. You never know. It could be. It could be. I'm definitely not going to say Quavo ain't say it was like he did not. He did not. He didn't. Good observation. He didn't. So I don't know. It's possible that that voicemail very so much could have been true. I mean, could have been, him leaving it. So now Karrueche is allegedly that Karrueche, is the reason these two men have this issue. Okay. In the diss records, there was a lot of stuff thrown out there, a lot of, shade thrown, which let's get into that. Let's get into some of the shade that was thrown in these diss tracks before we get into the tea of it all. And I'm a girl. So Chris Brown seemingly hints at sleeping with Saweetie in his diss track, in his Quavo diss track, when he says, I effed your ex when you were still with her. They say revenge is sweet. Now think about that ish. Don't let that line go over your head. Now, how do we know it's Saweetie? Quavo has dated a lot of women. Okay. Saweetie is the I would say the only really public relationship that Quavo has had. But like being on red carpets, buying each other things, like, all type of stuff. Like that was the first public relationship. But how do we know he's talking about Saweetie? I mean, I get people drawing conclusions going right to that, saying that it's Saweetie because it's probably the only thing they know, or the only female that comes to mind when they think about him having a girlfriend. But he's dated other women. So how do we know that he's talking about, no, I never said TakeOff slept with Saweetie. It's weird. Why would I say that? That's weird unless somebody else said it and I repeated what somebody else said, but I don't know anything like that to have been true. I didn't even know that it was a rumor. I didn't even know that was a thing. But yeah, I heard about Offset allegedly sleeping with Saweetie, but I never heard nothing about TakeOff doing nothing with no Saweetie. So yeah, girl, that wasn't me, girl. Wrong creator. You should take that lie to the creator that's spoken on my call, because it was me. But anyways, so yeah, I don't even see why. Hold on, I just got to the video. I don't even see why people are aligning the two. I don't. Them two being around each other does not mean that they slept with each other, right? Chris Brown has been around Megan Thee Stallion and all type of other rappers. Nicki Minaj. No one's saying that they slept together. Okay, Nicki has hung around Chris Brown even while she was single, and whatnot. No one said that they were dating or, anything like that. They just allowed it. I mean, there's rumors. Rumors are rumors. People have rumors about Drake and Nicki Minaj back in the day that they were seeing each other on the low and all of that stuff, and they weren't seeing each other. They were just cool. So it could be the same thing with Saweetie. And I'm not saying that they didn't sleep together. I'm just saying so many people are coming forward saying it. Also, people are also stating about the situation that Saweetie has not come forward and said that she didn't sleep with Chris Brown. Why would Saweetie have to come forward and say that she didn't sleep with Chris Brown if she know Chris Brown ain't talking about her? That's a hit dog hollering. Chris Brown didn't say in the track, I slept with Saweetie. I slept with your ex Saweetie. He didn't say that. He didn't. He didn't say the girl your ex that I kicked it with at a basketball game. He didn't say that. He didn't say anything specific to say it was Saweetie. That didn't happen. So again, it's social media putting, two and two together and feeling like, it's Saweetie. But why was Saweetie? I wouldn't come forward and say anything either if he didn't sleep with me. Now, if Chris Brown would have slept with me, I probably wouldn't say anything, to a certain degree, because I don't feel like it's anybody's business. But if you're trying to make it look like I stepped out in a relationship, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something. Now, if you're just saying like I'm single and you were saying like, oh, and I smashed her, I'm not saying anything. I don't care. But if you're saying like, because Chris said while you was with her, so that means that she was cheating, that she basically a thought, she was sleeping with two people at the same time. So that's coming for a person's character, and Saweetie is in a relationship right now. So why would she want her man thinking that she's like a cheater, that she goes, so that's why I would say something, because she is in a relationship. Even more reason. I feel that she, if he was talking about her, and I'm a girl, then no, again, I'm not saying it's not true. It could be. It could be. But I would expect her to have said something. Quavo, in the second track that he came out with, when he said he can turn, like an IG model, basically, like into a Saweetie. Saweetie said something. I believe Saweetie said something because he said her name. Like, he said her name. Hold on. Quavo went there. Where is Saweetie? Is this who? Right here. So Saweetie posts her DMs from Quavo after he seemingly dissed her in his response to Chris Brown. So when he said this, I can take a model and make her Saweetie, when he says that about her. So when Saweetie responds, why wouldn't she? And she basically just shows that he's been in her DMs and he's been left on unseen. Like, she didn't even click the message. And it was stemming back all the way to like January. So he, I guess, been trying to talk to her and she just like not interested. So I would understand why Saweetie would post this. Saweetie said, hopefully the model he turns into me replies. So she said, like, okay, well, hopefully whoever he's saying that he gonna turn into me, because what you talking about me for? Go talk to the bitches that you saying that you can turn them into me, because since I'm nothing, okay, prove it. Go do what? Hopefully they respond, because I'm not responding to you. I'm not responding to you. And I'm a girl. He in my DMs, as y'all see, and I didn't respond. So that's what she's saying. Hopefully the model chick you talk to respond, because I don't. I don't. So hopefully she do. Hopefully whoever you talking about, and hopefully they answer, because I don't. Ooh, and you're mad. Ooh, you're upset. Ooh, girl. So yeah, I don't blame Sweetie. And he said her name. Chris Brown didn't. And I'm a girl. And I'm a girl. If somebody popping off in the chat, that's what I have moderators for. So hopefully they're doing their Disney. Yeah, because I don't be in a chat like that. So if it's somebody popping off, I don't see it, I don't care. Yeah, that's what my moderators are here for. So yeah, tell the moderators, don't tell me. And I'm a girl. So yeah, so I feel like that's why, you know, Sweetie responded. Her name was said. If Chris Brown would have said her name, maybe she would have responded. He did not say her name. Innuendos and insinuations does not mean that he was talking about her, doesn't. But it also doesn't mean he wasn't. So it's like 50-50. Is how I look at it. 50% of me feels like he could have been talking about Sweetie, and 50% of me feels like maybe he wasn't. You know, maybe he was talking about a different female. So this is the cover art that Quavo did for his second diss track. Now, with the diss tracks, I would say Chris Brown's first diss track was lit. It was. I don't agree with what he said about TakeOff. I don't think he should have said that. I don't know. But, you know, they say in rap beefs and rap battles, there is no going too far. Like, nothing is off limits. That's just kind of like how it's always been. If you watch battle rap and stuff, like, they say some crazy stuff. It got to the point where they've gotten into physical altercations because of the stuff that are said in rap battles. I've seen plenty of dudes swing on each other, plenty of females swing on each other. I done seen female battle rappers and male battle rappers fight after the show and one in a parking lot or meet up on a block. Like it gets bad. It really does. So that's why I hope they keep it in the studio. I hope they keep it in the booth. You know, I mean, I'm gonna hope this doesn't go any further than that. But I think Chris's first one was lit. I think it was a very dope, clever, a lot of remarks that he had to say. Quavo's first track that he had against Chris Brown, I would say was dry. Was very dry. A lot of stuff he said about like Rihanna, you know, and stuff like that. It was a little dry. And it absolutely was. But the second time around, when Quavo came back and used TakeOff and DJ Academics previewed the track, is how like pretty much everybody heard about it. But when he came back with a vengeance. I will say the second time around, Quavo did that. Quavo did that when he said, you been effed up your bag when you punched Riri in the face. When Quavo was saying that, Chris Brown said in his first diss track that the reason why he didn't do anything to Quavo at the fashion show was because he didn't want to F up his bag. Quavo said, you already f***ed up your bag when you hit Rihanna in the face. I would agree. I would agree. Quavo's first diss track, diss track was the second time around, oh yeah, he he went there. But calling him a kid Michael Jackson, to me, is funny. And the reason I say that's funny is because Chris Brown was supposed to be, you know, the next Michael, before he up his bag and hit Rihanna. So I think it kind of went over people's heads, because he was everybody was basically, even Michael Jackson was bestowing him the next great entertainer, like monumental entertainer. And then he put his hands on Rihanna, and yeah. So what he's saying is true. That facts. like what Keith said about Chris. So I thought that was clever. And I do think it went over some people's heads. I do think they were just like thinking like, oh, he called him a crackhead Michael Jackson. That was whack. It's like, no, do you hear what he's actually saying though? That's why Rihanna's right before what he's saying, him saying you've been effed up your bag. That's true. So how you sitting here at this Lord motorcycle? How you sitting here at this fashion show talking about something? The only reason you didn't put your hands on me is because what bag? You talking about this little coin that we made from here? Because I mean, Chris Brown is in the process right now of getting things repoed. The IRS has just confiscated a lot of Chris's property, vehicles. So when he calling Chris a kid, and people wonder why Chris keep dropping albums. Chris keep dropping albums because that's how he gonna make money at this point, dropping albums and going on tour. Chris Brown he's been having money trouble, been having money issues like that. Not nothing new. And I'm a girl. So, but yeah, if you look it up right now, you can Google it, TMZ it, all whether you look TMZ, ABC, whoever you want to choose, whoever you believe, tells the truth. You can go over there and yeah, he just had like 2 Lamborghinis taken by the IRS. There's a home of his that the IRS just taken. There's another home that he has that's going into foreclosure. Yeah. So he calling him a head, that's why he calling them one, because they basically saying all Chris money going up his nose and spending it on women and stuff like that. So he has to keep dropping albums, and I'm a girl, to make that happen. Okay, here's the thing. That worth is death. Absolutely. Absolutely. Michael Jackson. Chris Brown ain't never had more money than Michael Jackson. Ever. Michael Jackson, before he passed away, did the This Is It tour to get out of debt. His net worth has always been higher than Chris Brown's. Like, y'all gotta stop Googling net worths and feeling like, oh my God, it says that he's shout out to Lil Wayne. That's why I do love him. Lil Wayne said that somebody hit him up and told him that he was worth $50 million on Google. So he had to Google and figure out where the money was. He'd be like, I'm worth 50 million. Where is it? Shout out to Cardi B. She did the same thing. She's like, it says on the internet, I'm worth $30 million. I wonder, where is it? Okay. So that means that the person is dead, not alive. If he was worth 50 million, then his net worth would be like 300 million. That's when he definitely got like 50, 60 million in the bank, and whatnot, when the person is worth, like 300-400 mil. He is not. So if he's worth 50 million, you got to cut half of that to give it to the IRS, right? And then the expenses, the way of life, all that, you got to cut that too, sweetie. No. Somebody like Chris Brown probably got, but I mean, all together, probably in different set of a few mil, but it's burning through that, as well. So yeah, inflation is a mofo, and how they live their lives. Imagine the things that we go into the store and bread is being doubled and tripled, so we'll be looking like, damn, this bread high, and whatnot. The same thing with them. So their lavish lifestyles are doubled. So if they're normally paying $5,000 a night for a hotel suite, now they're paying more. They're paying even more for that. And even more for the rooms. Like, you got to think about their actual lifestyles and how they just burn through money. And they're paying a lot of people, managers and publicists and dancers and producers and writers. And, so you got to throw all of that on top of that as well. Y'all got to stop looking at a number on Google and feeling like, oh my God, no. If he was worth that much money, why did 2 of his Lamborghinis that are worth over $100,000 a piece just get repossessed by the IRS, seized by the IRS? Why? Because he's worth 50 million. Then can he just pay that real quick? Wouldn't you? And there were the Lamborghinis that he uniquely designed, like graffiti, because he loves graffiti. I know a lot about Chris Brown too. He loves graffiti, even named an album after it. And I'm a girl. So yeah, like wouldn't he just take care of that? They took one of his homes, and he has another house in foreclosure. But wouldn't they just? It's in foreclosure, and there are mortgages on both. Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't mean he can't bounce back, but it would take a lot. This is why he's making another album. It seems like every year, if you think about it, Chris Brown is coming out with an album. He don't take no time off because he can't. In order to keep the lifestyle that he has, all the child support and stuff that he pays for the multiple women that he has children with, and all of that stuff in I'm a girl. Yeah, he has to keep working to keep, the light phone at whatever house he's planning on keeping. But yeah, so he not now. If he passed away, God forbid, but if he passed away right now, he would be double the 50 million. He would be worth more than that. And oh my girl, he absolutely would be. Memorabilia and all of that stuff. Yeah, but that's not the money that they actually have. Okay, I don't hear nothing about anything about Diddy getting repoed. I don't hear or seized. Besides electronics, video camera footage. And I'm a girl. Same thing with Jay-Z's and the and the other rich men. I don't hear nothing about that. I don't. And nothing got repoed from Jay because he's rich. So he rich millions upon so he's good. You ain't got to worry about none of that. But when it comes to Chris Breezy, Google it. You Google everything else. Google, because this is a Googled network. Google that. Google his money woes and financial woes and all of that paintings that he's bought, that he's used, and furniture as well that he's used to get the IRS off of his back and whatnot. Okay, these celebrities are really bad with taxes, and you will probably wonder that too. Like, well, why do these celebrities get caught up in the back taxes and stuff like that? Because when they're getting these checks, taxes are not taken out, so they're responsible for it. He do a tour or do a show or something like that and whatnot, get a lot of money for doing it. But he's responsible for paying the tax on it, right? So anybody paying him to do something, that's a tax write-off. They have to, they're going to pay Chris Brown $200,000 or however much to come and perform. That's noted. So since it's noted and given that information is given to the IRS is going to be expecting the person that got paid that money to do the same thing, to report and pay in the taxes that they owe. A lot of them don't do it, okay, because they're lazy, and they'll give the responsibility to other people. They'll give the responsibility to other people, and a lot of those people are too busy stealing from them and doing other stuff. So then they'll look up and they got all this debt. Like Chris Brown, I'm sure he has an accountant, and whatnot, but he's still indebted to a lot of people, and whatnot. So it is what it is. So that's how they get caught up in that stuff. They get all of these checks all at the same time sometimes. A big check from a movie, a big check from this person, a big check, and whatnot. And they're not responsible and pay for it, and paying their taxes. So then they're spending way more money than what they're bringing in. And then it's time to pay the piper. And when it's time to pay the piper, most of them are barely afloat. Most of them. They said Bow Wow back in the day owned McDonald's and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Chris Brown was a part of a restaurant chain too that went bankrupt as well. Absolutely. So yeah, a lot of things that Chris Brown has done has crumbled 100%. Business-wise, he's not greatest at it. He's really not. So, but yeah, multi-talented, yeah. But is he using all of those talents to make money? Chris Brown could be doing way more movies and a lot of other stuff, but he's not. So his stake right now is in music. It's not in anything else. So, and I'm a girl. And I'm a girl. No, he doesn't. No. No, he doesn't. No. Yeah. Now I believe after the album Graffiti, Chris Brown started to own his own. In order to own your own masters, you have to do everything. Chris Brown didn't become, because he's not, no, he's still signed to a label. He's not technically fully independent. He does have a distribution, you know, and whatnot. So, but no, he does not own all of his masters. No, he does not all of them. He does own a lot of his music. He does, because he wrote, you know, a lot of it. But yeah, a lot of his first albums, like the first like three or something like that, I don't think he owns those. And I believe Diddy owns one of his albums too. His mom. I could have sworn I think one of Chris Brown's albums on that list, because he got R. Kelly albums. I think he has a Chris Brown album. Usher, a few people that he has. So yeah, but shout out to him. Not all of them, but he owned enough of them. He owned enough of them now. He owned enough of his masters. And I'm sure those will be up for grabs soon. So yeah, the first diss from Quavo, I was not feeling. I was not feeling that one at all. The second one, yes, I think he did a lot better. Some people are kind of upset that he put TakeOff in it. I think it was like I thought it was creative. I really did. I thought that was dope. It was nice to hear TakeOff. But and I'm like, wait, response to who? Oh, we already read that. We already talked about that. So let's get into the physical altercations. So Quavo talks about Chris Brown putting his hands on Rihanna, which we all know that was horrible. Okay, that was crazy. I mean, hold on. Let's pull that up too, because if we're gonna pull up Quavo's, we got to pull up Chris's too. We got to pull up Chris's too. Okay. We all know what happened to Rihanna. No need to go over it. Move. No need to go over it. I mean, I feel like the picture of her face said it all. Yeah, I don't want to pull up her face. Yeah, let's not do that, because triggering to people and stuff like that. So let's not do that. Instead, let's pull up Quavo's, because his isn't as bad as Chris's. So Quavo talking about Chris Brown putting his hands on Rihanna, and all of that. Quavo, you're not innocent. Okay, never forget in this video, Quavo, people were, because I don't believe Quavo or Saweetie ever really spoke on this, but he's trying to make it seem as if Saweetie took his gaming system, his Xbox or whatever it was, out of the house and the apartment, and that's what this was all about. Quavo is lying. Quavo is lying. Will this play? Because I know, because TMZ be tripping. TMZ be tripping, and oh my girl. If you pay attention in the video, hold on. Okay, now this is them entering the elevator. The orange bag that she has is the bag that he wants, and the black bag too. The black bag is one he wants. Now look. Now he gets her into the elevator, and like pretty much like throws her. And I'm a girl. So it wasn't the bag, just the bags that he wanted. He wanted her too, because he could have easily gotten those bags out of her hands. So Quavo, please stop trying to make it seem like this was just a situation to where you just wanted your belongings back from her. Clearly, she's a belonging, because you threw her inside of this elevator too. Okay, Quavo, never forget that this was not just about no damn game. How could it have been? Look. You grab what he had, one bag, and grab it. Look. Quavo. See, he wanted that orange bag because he has the black backpack. The girl's shoes still out there and everything. It's giving property at this point, Quavo. If you wanted the bag, the orange bag, you could have got it from her. You could have. You threw her inside of the elevator too, because you could have took the bags, you got in the elevator, and she gone on by her business. So she was property at that point. Stop trying to, because it's very annoying when people try to sugarcoat it, just like when people try to sugarcoat it for Chris Brown. No, I do believe that Chris Brown and Rihanna got into an altercation, that Rihanna did put her hands on Chris Brown. I do feel that way. And I do feel that Rihanna put her hands on Chris Brown first. I do feel that way. I think it was just a fight that got really bad. But it's still no excuse for what he did to her. It does not excuse it. Doesn't matter if she did. None of that matters. It just doesn't matter to me. It just doesn't matter. He could have took care of that. He could have pulled that Lamborghini over Chris Brown, got out of that car, and called the police. Or just, he didn't have to do that. He did not have to take that route. And it's the same thing with Quavo. You didn't have to take this route. You didn't have to throw her inside of there. And so the audacity for you to be talking about men putting their hands on women, like you should be the last person talking about that. The last person. And then trying to make it seem as if you and Chris Brown don't have the same energy towards women. How could you not? It seems as if y'all keep sleeping with the same one. Saweetie, Karrueche. Waiting, you know, I mean, it seems like I have the same taste in women, so why would y'all treat them the same? Now here's the thing. Quavo also said in one of his disses to Chris Brown that Karrueche has a restraining order on Chris Brown. She absolutely does. She absolutely does. So again, Chris Brown musically, I understand why people like him. But Chris Brown is 100% a woman eater. He does. He hits women. I don't understand why his fans can get with everything but that. Well, I don't get that. I don't get that. Oh no, here's the thing. It doesn't matter that it expired. What matters is that she had to get one at all. That she had to get one at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, let's not excuse it. Let's not excuse it, because this is okay until somebody hitting on your child, until somebody putting their hands on your cousin or your sister or your mom or your aunt. You know, it's fine if it's not happening and you was like, oh, well, I still like his music. No one's telling you not to like his music, but do not excuse things that he does that you don't approve of if you don't approve of it. See, I'm a fan of Chris Brown's music, but I do not approve of the things that he's done. I'm never going to back him. I'm never going to do any of those things. I'm going to let him do it. I'm going to let him do it. Chris Brown has a very narcissistic, will end up alone. If Chris Brown did not have money and fame, he would absolutely be alone, because he already feels that way because of how he treats people. Chris Brown is not a good person. He's not. Chris Brown needs all type of help. He needs therapy, a lot of stuff. Chris Brown needs to heal, okay? And he has a huge backing of bad influences around him. He's even a part of a fucking gang. Like, there is nothing cool about none of that stuff. None of it. Even when Quavo talked about his auntie, Chris Brown's aunt, house getting helmed up by gang members and whatnot, because the drug dealers and whatnot, because that's where Chris would meet them to get the and whatnot, the Shane allegedly. And he did not pay because he had fronted some, which a lot of artists do. And they be good for it. So, you know, the drug dealers will let them build a bill, let the bill get higher and higher. Whitney Houston, it was even alleged with her. They would let the bill get higher and higher and higher and higher. And then they would call their debt when it got to a certain amount. That is what happened with Chris Brown. And allegedly, these they had the members of the run up into his aunt's house, had her tied up, all of that because of the debt that Chris Brown owed. Okay. So that there's a lot of things that aren't okay. A lot. Chris Brown grew up watching his mother be abused by his stepfather. Horrible situation. Only to do the same thing. Chris Brown, back in the day before he put his hands on Rihanna, did not a documentary, but it was a show on MTV that they did talking about his background and, before he was famous and all of that stuff. And he talked about how his stepfather used to hurt his mom really bad. And with him going through that, imagine the surprise of everyone when he did the same thing to Rihanna. So people were very taken aback because Chris Brown was like the golden boy at that point in time. This super talent that just came out of nowhere, great singer, great dancer, young, full of life, has his whole life ahead of him, a long career ahead of him, dating America's sweetheart, Rihanna at the time. Rihanna was brought in with open arms when she came. So they were huge, so he was like America's poster boy. At the time, he's kind of like Justin Bieber. When Justin Bieber came out, Chris Brown had that same appeal, but bigger, because he was dominating multiple genres, R&B, hip hop, pop, all of that all at once. And Justin kind of did the same thing. Justin Bieber, he dominated in multiple R&B, hip hop. He coming out with Ludacris and rapping on the track and all that. So he's dominating in multiple areas. As he's coming out. So he's like a baby Chris, if you will. So then when Chris did that, the world was stunned. I know I was very disappointed in Chris because I was a huge fan of him. And I knew that it would ruin him. What he did to Rihanna at the time, I didn't really understand that because I was a lot younger. So I didn't understand the energy behind what people were saying about him, oh, he's this and da 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 da. I was just mad because I really wanted him to thrive. And I feel like, well, you're not going to be able to now because this is all people are talking about. They're not talking about anything else. Why would you do that? So it was a letdown to me that he had did that because I knew that as a Black male, they are going to ruin you. Oh, Chris, they are going to ruin you. And they did. They did. It was saddening. It was a sad situation because he had so much going for him. So much going for him. He was unstoppable at that point. I was very happy that Chris Brown had came out. I looked up to him. Great singer, great entertainer. I was very happy, excited about what was to come from him. So I was angry. I'm not going to lie. I was very mad at Chris. Very mad at him because look at what it did. And I knew that Rihanna would get to walk free. And what I meant by that is that it's always going to be a double standard when it comes to that, right? Because even after that happened, Rihanna stayed with him. She stayed with him. She went to court with him fighting the charges against her. No one judged her. No one said anything. Nobody. And I love Rihanna. Everybody, that is my spirit. And Rihanna is my grill. Okay. But I'm just comparing the dynamic. You got her in court with him, but everybody's Chris. Okay, but what about her? If what he did to her is bad, why is it okay that she supports him still? Why? Because she should be far away from him so that the energy that's going against him is understandable. It's hard to understand why y'all so mad at him when they're together. So I was confused. I didn't understand all this stuff. At that time, I was a teenager. So I was just really confused. I'm like, why is everybody so mad at Chris? But him and Rihanna are still together. So then when Rihanna parted, and because CoverGirl and all of those people were threatening to drop her if she did not get away from him, and she still didn't listen because she was dating behind the scenes, and then I guess she had her enough is enough moment and separated from him when she did and separate from Chris. It's like she I don't feel like she went on a campaign against him. I think she just did what she was told to do. Rock Nation and Jay-Z were controlling that narrative and what happened to Rihanna, right? Just like making the Pegasus. Same thing. See how the man gets crucified? And the woman, because Megan didn't start off saying it was Tory. She did it. She said it was glass, all the stuff. That was fine. But then when she says that it's Tory, instantly protect Black women and say nothing else. Nothing else. You are not allowed to question this now. Because we're fine. We could question it while it was glass. It was fine. Everybody could question it. But then when it became Tory did it, Tory dropped pop powder, it's like a light switch. So again, why was it okay that Megan supported Tory, but the victim, but then when other people believe her the first time around, it's a problem? Why is it a problem? She even said he didn't do it. So now she's changing her story. She changed her story. So that means I have a choice now. I get to believe the first one or the second one. Because her changing her story means that she doesn't tell the truth. Girl. Because she didn't have to say anything at all. She didn't. She chose to say something. She didn't have to say anything. So her changing her story means she lied. And then tried to sugarcoat it by saying, I was trying to protect him. Isn't that what his fans doing? So why is it a problem that his fans believe the first story? Why we got to change it now? Because you are. But you're against women or hate Black women if you think Tory's innocent. The Black woman it happened to said he was too. But we get crucified. Okay. Alrighty then. So it's the same thing here. Saweetie and Quavo, they didn't break right up. They didn't break up. But we all supposed to be mad at Quavo. Why? Why? I'm supposed to be mad at Quavo. Quavo is not the strength in this situation. The strength would have been Saweetie leaving him. Absolutely. That's the strength. Her leaving him. If she don't, why do we? So when she had her enough moment, which was after this, not before, after this, not right after, when she felt like it, then we just got to jump on the bandwagon. No, we don't. Yeah, free thinkers. So we need to say that, free thinkers. So as much as I adore Chris Brown and his music, I've always been a firm believer that Chris Brown needs help. Always. He does. A lot of his fans are so diehard. Y'all diehard these people into early graves. Y'all do. The Elvises of the world and the Michael Jacksons of the world, the Whitney Houstons of the world, y'all support them so hard body that y'all won't help them face their issues. If they keep saying on social media how great they are, but they're sitting there doing Uggs and got a bunch of bad people around them and doing bad things and whatnot, and y'all celebrating it. I mean, Glorilla getting pulled over for drinking and driving and whatnot, where she could have hurt herself or hurt somebody else. I'm sure a lot of y'all have probably experienced someone or lost someone from drunk driving and all of that stuff. But, you know, she's still cute, though. She said, it's like, what the is wrong with y'all? Like what? Like, no, tell her the truth. Tell her, like, we glad you're okay and everything, but mama, don't be drinking and driving, sweetie. Like, it's never worth it. It's never worth it. It's never worth drinking and feeling like I got it. Like, yeah, no. It's not worth it. Like, tell her, like, glad you're all right, girl. You know. But please don't do that again. You know what? Like, it's fine to do that. Like, why is that a problem? To tell a person the truth. Like, that's weird. So if I see Chris Brown doing lines inside of the club, you know, and whatnot, that's not good. Like, Chris should not be doing that. Like, I don't want Chris on. I don't want him. A lot of artists feel more creative on because they are correct. Amy Winehouse, shout out to you, Kelly. Amy Winehouse, right? Great example. A lot of them feel more creative when they're on and whatnot. So when y'all, a lot of fans are just sitting there, oh, the music's great, the music's great, the music's great, the music's great. You don't realize what you're pushing. Because they'll be like, oh, well, they love the album. Then they're gonna go back to what they did the whole album. If Chris did lines the whole album, when he going to the studio again, what you think he gonna do? So instead of telling him the truth, instead of saying, like when he said, when TakeOff passed away, everybody wished it was him. Nobody wished it was him. Like, why would you say something like that? Like, what? It's like, what is wrong with you? Only an evil person would say some type of like that. Like, Chris got kids. Like, would you want somebody wishing that upon your kid? Like, girl, Chris Brown, 100% is to me is a woman beater. I mean, he is. He needs help with that. Instead of encouraging it. Oh, what he did to Rihanna was so long ago. Oh, Rihanna put her hands on him. Oh, Rihanna allegedly did this and that and had this and da. None of that matters. None of it. He knows what type of society we live in. So yeah, none of that matters. And then regardless, even if Rihanna did put her hands on him and he would have like thumped her back, I feel like that's more forgiving. He went way too far. If you look at that picture with Rihanna, he went too far. That is not I had to protect myself. No. He really hurt that girl. And we only saw pictures of her face. You see the other pictures of like her chest area and her arms. Like, he really did a number on her. He did. Like, she had to truly heal after that. She did. She had to heal after he did that to her, which gives that it wasn't the first time that it happened before. So, no, and then Karrueche, she never put her hands on Chris. She never did. Karrueche said that Chris used to punch her. He threw her down some stairs. He's kicked her. Like, all type of stuff. Like, she said would get bad. Like, really scary. Like, he was a really scary person. She used to be terrified of him. Imagine being in a relationship with somebody you are terrified of. How can you love him when you're scared? You don't know if it's love or fear. That ain't no way to live. That's not a relationship. So even if you are attracted to this person, you know, stuff like that, are you truly in love with them if you are afraid to leave? Meaning you want to, but that's not an option. No, it should be. Like, why is that not an option? And Chris Brown is sick. Even when they did break up, Marcus Houston had commented underneath one of Karrueche's pictures saying that she looked good. And Chris went ballistic. He jumped in Marcus Houston DMs and everything. It went from off the wall until, because it was on the Instagram underneath the photo. It went from there to Chris going into his DMs after Karrueche. He was not with her. I could see if they were dating. Okay, you coming at a man, girl. He feel like he need. Okay, cool. They were not together. They weren't even in a relationship. No, they do not have a child together. No, Chris has no children. Karrueche has no children. None. So if he was doing all of that, why wouldn't she be? What dude would want to talk to? It's like he was trying to make it so that like nobody wanted her, trying to scare everybody off, any and everybody that went to talk to her. When Quavo started dating her, He didn't back off. He didn't care about Chris threatening him, and because Chris was coming at him in his DM, all of that stuff. So Karrueche having to get a restraining order is alarming. It is. Like, that's alarming that she would have to get it. Why does she have to get a restraining order? When you break up with somebody, you just break up. Just let it go. It's over. Yep, not with Chris. Not with Chris. And what's draining about situations like this is that Chris be in a whole nother relationship. A whole nother relationship. The woman that he had the last two, well, I don't know if they have two kids. Do they have two kids or one? Well, I know they have a little boy, and whatnot. And she's been seen in like clubs with him, and all of that. And I'm a girl. She was in a whole relationship after she had her first son with Chris Brown. Now, Chris Brown, now, I'm telling the truth. She was in a relationship with a man and they were engaged to be married. Chris took her out of that relationship, basically ran the man off. And then you look up and she back in clubs and stuff. Amika, thank y'all so much. Amika, yes. They back in clubs and stuff together, and all of that stuff. Yeah, she was engaged, like, but to Chris, she's the property. That's why when that girl came forward with that story and said that the same girl, Amika, that Chris Brown did damage to her body and like her stomach area and whatnot, it was like really bruised up badly. And went out with him putting his hands on her and whatnot. That's why people jumped to believe it, because it had already been rumored that he was putting his hands on her. So this is what Chris does. Like, he need help. So instead of excusing it and be like, oh, he's a musical genius, he's a this, he's a that. What does that have to do with him putting his hands on people? Women at that. Because we hear about Chris in altercations, but we don't hear about him having an altercation with a man. Like, that'd be the weird part. So you can put your hands on Rihanna because she pissed you off. You can put your hands on Karrueche because she pissed you off. But let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. You don't have any self-control when it comes to those women, but then you sit next to him and all of a sudden you got all the control in the world. All of a sudden you think about bags. You wouldn't think about that with Rihanna at the height of your career. You wouldn't think about a bag. You wouldn't think about that with Karrueche. But you can sit next to him and have full restraint. I don't know. I smell the. I'm no, that's a little weird. That's a little weird. You ain't got no restraint when it comes to women, but when it comes to a man, all of a sudden. Okay. All right. Okay. It's a little weird if you ask me. Go off, sis. I mean, bro, this would have been the moments where I feel like people, having to forget. Look at Will Smith. Will Smith did what he did to Chris Rock, right? That's a whole man. Look at the flack Will got from that. Look at the negative press, bad energy, missed out opportunities, and stuff that Will done experienced. And that was a whole man. So I'm not trying to hear. Yeah, that's weird. To me, that's weird. If Will Smith can walk up in front of the whole world, Craig, and smack a man in his face for disrespecting a woman, you can put your hands on women, but he got into a physical altercation with Usher, was that last year? Because he was trying to literally put his hands on Tiana Taylor. Literally. Tiana left because it got that bad. It got bad to where it went from, because he ignored her. I mean, she ignored him. Well, Tiana's friends with people like Karrueche, and people like that. I mean, it's a small Black Hollywood circle. It's not a big circle. A lot of these. That's why you see so many people. Like you just seen the other day, Usher hanging out with Kevin Hart, and you see Lotto. It's a small circle. It's not big. So last year we did a video on it when Usher and Chris Brown got into the tussle. The tussle wasn't them. The tussle was Usher trying to keep Chris Brown from putting his hands on Tiana. And Tiana didn't run. Tiana was like, Tiana, she did not run. She stood there. All because she ignored him. He tried to speak, and when I walked past, and she just like, So, and I'm a girl. It doesn't matter how you problematic. It don't mean Chris Brown needs to be trying to get in your face. It don't mean Chris Brown needs to be trying to put his hands on you. You problematic. That don't mean that he should be trying to put his hands on you. That it does not mean that. You could be as problematic as you want to. You could be as drama-filled as you want to. It don't excuse people putting their hands on people. So like that, yeah, right, Rail. So if you were somewhere being problematic, I would have a problem if you saw Chris Brown and you ignored him because he said hello to you and you ignored it and he tried to put his hands on you. I'm gonna have a problem with that. I'm not just gonna stand there like Usher and just let him try to put his hands on you, all because he wasn't trying to argue. Words are words. You can stand right where you are to get your words across. So when he was standing there, and walked past her or whatever and said hello, and she ignored him, he could have spoke. Even if he was mad, he could have been like, "Well, it is what it is. I wouldn't recommend it, but I mean, it is what it is." It don't mean you need to be. What do you need to approach somebody for? Why do you need to get close to her? What you gonna say at 2 feet that you can't say at 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet? Like what? Why do you need to be inches away to say what you about to say? See, aggressive people do that. Aggressive men, especially when they're about to put their hands on someone. When an aggressive man is about to put his hands on like his female, the girl he go with, something like that, he usually gets really close to them. Okay, really close. So that as soon as he's ready to take off, he can. He wants you an earshot away because he know what he gonna say gonna make you react. So whatever you say, he want to be close enough to you. So when he's ready to put his hands on you, he could do so. So that's why Chris was engaging her, getting close to her, getting as close as he could, because he already knew it was going to be a problem. What do you need to get away? Like, why are people holding you back from a female? Why? I don't understand that. I don't get it. Mm-hmm. That's weird. But then he goes sit next to his male enemies and I don't get it. I don't get it. But men he have problems with. This is what he want to do. This is what he want to do. But with Tiana, he want to get in her face. Karrueche got a restraining order. He pummeled Rihanna. But let's overlook that because he's Chris Brown. Let's overlook that because it's old. It being old, meaning after Rihanna, it wouldn't have happened again. That's something being old. Meaning, you know what? That did happen. Couples do go through tumultuous moments and traumatic moments and whatnot. And they were really young. Really young. So they had a lot to learn. Chris Brown being one of those people, right? But then to continue relationships, and there's been other women that have came forward, and that he's put their hands on them, that he's put his hands on them. So it's a pattern. It is. And anytime I talk about Chris Brown, because it keeps happening. Okay. The rumors didn't leave with Rihanna. It kept going because he kept going, because he kept doing what he was guilty of. It's no mistake what he did to Rihanna and that he did it. We know he did. So him doing it to anybody else, you know. I wouldn't say Tiana took Chris Brown's side back in the day when that happened between him and Rihanna. I think Tiana was just kind of, if you ask me, I think Tiana was jealous of Rihanna. And we all know Rihanna does not like Tiana Taylor. Now, I don't necessarily know what their relationship is now, but back in the day when Rihanna was on social media, like when she used to troll on Twitter, and when she ripped TLC to shreds, the group TLC, Rihanna ripped them apart. She ripped Sierra apart. She ripped Tiana. Rihanna used to do Tiana Taylor so dirty, girl. Rihanna she would come for Tiana. Yes, Rihanna did. That's why I love her. Like, because Rihanna that's why I said she's my spirit animal. Rihanna didn't hold back. You know, she don't troll anymore, but when she used to, it would be epic. Like, and Rihanna, and back in the day, we had to worry about fake accounts. I don't know. It was really Rihanna. This is what she's saying. And yeah, Rihanna did Sierra and no, because she did TLC dirty too. She did, like when she posted that picture, but they came for Rihanna first, so it wasn't like Rihanna was just coming for T-Boz, and because it wasn't Left Eye, she didn't come for Left Eye, but she did come for T-Boz and Chili, because they was talking about Rihanna and was saying basically like, I'm glad we got to keep our clothes on to sell records and whatnot. When Rihanna's album was brought up, and you know Rihanna was selling for her album like this, my girl, looking great, girl, and she didn't have any a shirt, but she had on pants. She looked really good, and she was like covering her breasts, and you know Rihanna. So they was talking about that, and Rihanna was like, "Oh, for real?" So Rihanna went and posted a picture of TLC, and they did like a nude shoot, you know, and they were, you know, like covering them. So Rihanna, like, for real, like this was one of the covers of one of y'all albums, and you talk about, you know, so Rihanna, she didn't play. Rihanna, Rev, you came for her, she's coming for you. So and then her and Sierra had got into it. That was cute. That was funny. But they squashed it. And then her and Tiana. So as far as I know, I don't believe Rihanna and Tiana have talked. I don't know. You know, it's a small world. There's a high probability that they could have bumped into each other and be just fine. But last I checked, Rihanna don't like Tiana, and Tiana don't like Rihanna. So and back then, when Tiana was coming out, well, like the song "Google Me, Baby," because that was my song. I used to like the "Google Me, Baby." When Tiana Taylor first came out, she was cute, and she was coming out underneath Pharrell Williams from the Neptunes, and Rihanna was connected to Jay-Z of, you know, Rock Nation, you know, and all of that stuff. So there are two powerhouses coming from two really big, you know, agencies and music companies. Because the Neptunes were huge, Jay-Z was huge, you know, huge. So I think Rihanna being pushed more and getting songs like Umbrella, you know, I honestly feel like Tiana was jealous of her. I do, because Tiana was trying really hard to come up in the industry, and she was already mad at people like Pharrell and all of them because she didn't feel like they really pushed her like they should have and could have. So yeah, I think, you know, but yeah, but they were not. I'm not saying they beefing now, but they were, you know, like back in the day. Because you know, that was a long time ago. So yeah. Shout out to Simply Mel for the Cash App. Thank you so much, or Simply Me, sorry, for the Cash App. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And shout out to Heather as well for the Cash App. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, I think that yeah, you know, Tania says, I don't agree. Rihanna was bullying Tiana, and Tiana isn't. I don't feel like she was bullying her. I don't agree with that. I don't think Rihanna was bullying her. I think it just like was what it was, you know. When you like someone, you like someone. When you don't, you don't. You don't have to like people. You really don't. Shout out to Tamise for the super sticker. She says, I like how Saweetie is handling the situation. Me too. Like, she really ain't got to say too much. She can just let it be what it is. Shout out to Shamise and shout out to Simply Mel for gifting 5 more memberships. Thank you so much, Simply Mel. Y'all make sure y'all say thank you to her. Some hearts or some flames in the chat to show her your appreciation. Oh my goodness, you guys are so sweet. So, yeah, I don't feel like she was bullying. It just is what it is. When you like somebody, you like somebody. When you don't, you don't, Yeah, and Rihanna she could have just kept going and going and going and go. She wasn't, and it's old. It was a long time ago. So I highly doubt the women are beefing. As I doubt it. Rihanna done grew up and had churn. Tiana done grew up and had churn. The industry's catty. At times. So yeah, I don't think they. It's old. Shout out to Tamiko. She says Rihanna seems very messy. Now look at here, girl. I like you. Don't do this. Don't do this. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Don't do this. Don't do this. Yes, Rihanna is messy. So she can fight. You can be messy when you can fight, girl. When you can fight, girl, she could be messy, girl. Just a little piece. Shout out to Melanated and Tatter. She said, "Hey, boo. Hey, Quavo." She says it was the rice cake joke she said for me, girl. Rihanna had me crying back in the day. It was so entertaining. Like, it was so entertaining because then we didn't have like the big blogs. Thank you so much for the Super 6 sweetheart. We didn't have the big blogs and and stuff like that. And so you have to like actually go on the internet, like and read it like back in the day with like Yahoo Messenger, and all that stuff. So you have to actually, like go and read it. There wasn't like blogs to just show you and put up the screenshot and be like, look, it's like you have to go dig and find the stuff for yourself. And I'm a girl. And back then we had the chat groups and I'm a girl. So we'd tell each other like, yo, Tiana Taylor and Rihanna is going at it. Like, here, go to Twitter, go to Facebook, girl. They got the threads over the ground. They going at it. Like, it used to be so much fun. Like, we would get like run out of school and be like, girl, I know you lying, girl. Because there was like rumors then about like Chris Brown and Tiana having a thing for each other. And stuff like that. So it was a lot. It was really juicy, back then. It was like our own little like den of people that would talk about these topics. So it was cool. It was, so I was say it was entertaining. Rihanna kept us very entertained back in the day. Oh yeah. She was the master troll. All Rihanna did was troll. She didn't do nothing else. Like Azalea Banks. Rihanna is the original Azalea Banks. But Rihanna was way less harsh. Like Azalea is harsh. And she says a lot of like unforgivable things. Rihanna wasn't like that. Rihanna just would hit you in the gut. Rihanna, she wouldn't just muff you or thump you. No, Rihanna went, when she would, because even when her and Sierra little comeback, that was cute. But Rihanna clapped back. Like Rihanna, like, girl, good luck with the other stage. Whatever stage you speak of, good luck. Like, girl, Rihanna, like, girl, Rihanna never gave up. Okay, that's what make people like her so much. That's why we just loved her because she kept it real. Beyonce and them, they was just so prim and proper and politically correct. All of that. Rihanna wasn't. Rihanna was like, that's how Rihanna was. Literally. Absolutely. Like when paparazzi will walk up to her and ask her stupid questions, or just questions that's like, and I loved that about her. Like even in an interview when the lady was like, oh, so Rihanna, are you single? You looking for a man? Rihanna said, excuse me? She said, first of all, I'm not looking for a man. Okay, like Rihanna, like, girl, nobody. I'm Rihanna. Like, I'm not looking for a man. Men look for me, girl. At this point in time, I don't want no man. That's why I'm not with one, because I don't want one. Okay, girl? Like, this is a choice. You know, me being single, girl. So yeah, when she was in the another interview and they asked her about her dating Leonardo DiCaprio, she was like, "Can we get another question?" That was such a disappointing. What a disappointing question. I'm like, oh my god, I just love her. Like, I just love her. She says what she's thinking. Instead of these other people that will answer the answer in their head is a completely different answer that comes out of their mouth. So I feel like with like Beyonce and Solange and all of them, like back in the day, when they were asked a question, like when they're on the Tyra Banks show and and all that stuff, two different things. Okay. Tyra would be like, "Oh, so Beyonce, I heard you dating Jay-Z." And Beyonce mom, she'd be like, "Bitch, that ain't none of your business." But then out of her mouth, she'd be like, "Oh, Tyra," and stuff like that. And I'm a girl. And then when Tyra made Beyonce that like life-size figure thing, cardboard cutout of Jay-Z, you could tell Beyonce was so cringed, because it's just like, bitch, why you so worried about my man? Girl, why? I really feel like that used to get on Beyonce's nerves. I think that's why she stopped going to Tyra's show. Because every time she came, all Tyra wanted to do was talk about Jay-Z. Beyonce, like, I'm Beyonce. Stop bringing up my nigga. Like, I think Beyonce was getting very annoyed. Because you could tell, like, because it was cringe. Because Beyonce looking at this like, what was you doing with that life-size figure before you gave it to me? What do you have it for? Why do you have a life-size thing of my man? Like, what is your problem? Obsessed much? Who you go with? Like, girl. So you can tell Beyonce was very annoyed. Very annoyed. When she would be on Oprah, Beyonce was relaxed and and all that stuff. When she would be on Tyra, it would be like, because like she never knew what Tyra was gonna do or say. So and I think some of the no-nos, I think that Tyra kept doing. I think Beyonce would even put it in her line of questioning what to be asked and not asked. I don't think she wanted to be asked about Jay-Z. And I think Tyra would still do it, And that's really why I feel like Beyonce stopped going to her show. Because it kind of got boring after that. And a lot of celebrities really wasn't checking in anymore because Tyra started to get really annoying. But when she first started the show, her show was great, Tyra show. But then she started to get way too personal with people, and really try to like pull dirt out of them when they didn't come for that. Like, girl, I came here to promote my show. I came here to promote my movie. I came here to promote my album. I came here to perform, girl. I didn't come here to talk about all this stuff. And I didn't, because it's in the line of question is, do not ask me about my sex life. Do not ask me about my relationship. Do not ask these artists, the guests have these things. Same thing with Chris Brown. He had on his list, do not ask him about Rihanna. That's why he threw the chair through the Good Morning America. Was it Good Morning America? He threw the chair through the window because they asked him about Rihanna. He has it in his questioning and before, do not ask about Rihanna. Like it's in it. But he was furious. Left the mid-interview, walked right out of it, went in the back in the dressing room and threw a chair through the window, and all that stuff because he was so upset about them asking him about. Yeah, it was Good Morning America. Yeah. So, but we have to excuse it because that's Chris Brown. Chris Brown can do anything, apparently, and it's just fine. So, so we've been here over 2 hours. I will probably come back. Why not? Y'all know that's the tea that I had on that. But yeah, so we'll probably do some more hot topics. I kind of miss doing hot topics. I kind of miss it. Maybe we'll do another one. Yeah, he did break that glass, girl. He threw that shit hard. To break that glass is thick. And I'm like, girl, it sure is. So I'm gonna get out of here. I will be back. Thank you all for all the super stickers and super chats. And hold me, check the cash out, make sure before I go. Okay, we good. Okay, so thank you for all of the super stickers. Thank you for all of the membership gifting and all of that stuff. You guys are so wonderful. I love you guys. Oh my God. Welcome to all new members. We will be back, of course. And I'm a girl. I love you all. Until the next show, y'all be good. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Make sure you continue to do that. And I'm a girl. Should we go on coffee? Let me see what time is it. Let me see what time is it. Y'all want to go on coffee for like 40 minutes? You guys want to go on coffee? You guys want to pop-up show on coffee? Pop-up show on coffee, and I'm a girl. And okay, we'll see. We'll see. I love you guys. I'm getting out of here. Absolutely. You too, and I'm a girl.